What's up, guys? It's Lionel the Builder back again with another video, and today I just wanted to come up here and make an honest rant like story time, like trying to help junior to mid-level developers, because I was sitting here thinking, trying to come up with a reason to make a video, because it's been about 5 days and I'm supposed to be making videos every couple days. But the thing is that I realized my perspectives have changed so much since I first started this channel. Literally the day that I found out that I was getting hired, I decided to make a YouTube channel because it was a very long years journey, and the way that I learned how to code and the way that I broke into the industry was through YouTube. So immediately I wanted to hop up here and help others like myself who, relate to me, give them valuable advice. While I do still feel as if my advice in the earlier videos is valid and helpful and, will get you to where you're trying to go, still, I would like to update as my perspective has changed. It is now 5 months that I have been working as a developer, with beyond freelancing. You know what I mean? This is employed by a company. And so I wanted to come up here and just shed some light on a couple things that have changed. So quick little recap. I am self-taught. I've always been self-taught. I'm 36 right now, and I spent my entire 20s freelancing. I come from photo and video. When I had a son, I decided to get into trucking to, kind of like retire from chasing down clients and stuff, get a solid paycheck, and then just come home every day and have something I can rely on as I raise my boy and my family and stuff. And in knowing myself, I should have known like that was not really the path for me. Doing the same thing every day like that was pretty much driving me crazy. Long story short, I broke into tech. Here I am now, right? And when I first started, actually, like, this is gonna be a shock to a lot of you guys. I was always harping on freelancing, getting it in any kind of way that you can. It doesn't matter. Pick up whatever you can do. And this is still valid for people who are like struggling for money or who just really want to get clients and really want to break in. Like, sure, that small business route is still there. But if I could go back and redo it again, I believe that honestly, I would focus more on coding. Focus more on your computer science core concepts, your fundamentals, your understanding of code, your ability to debug. Your ability to debug. Scream it louder for those in the back. Everybody put your hands up and say, your ability to debug. Okay, will save your ass. It save you from a lot of sleepless nights, right? So my thing is, at that point, making flyers for companies, dragging and dropping WordPress sites and Wix sites just to scoop up a quick little bag can really, in these terms, be a distraction if your ultimate goal is to work and build, be a part of a team building something great for some great company. You know what I mean? I think that that if I could go back, because I spend so much time and I'm still spending a lot of time doing things that I necessarily don't really enjoy, that also do not add to where I vision myself as a future, developer. Now, the WordPress grind, the marketing grind, if that is your thing, which is a very valid career, you could literally build a company and make a wonderful living and live out your dream of building WordPress websites and helping companies with marketing stuff. If that is your thing, 100%, you know what I mean? Do it. And I'm always going to mention that as an option for us self-taught guys trying to break in, because I know how easy, like, that is. I don't want to call it the lowest hanging fruit, but it really is a very like easy thing to do, easy way to get clients that way, great way to put your foot in the door to get projects on your resume and stuff. But at some point, if you really want to be like a super coder who is like a senior, can analyze a problem and just solve it within the code base, deep within the code base. That stuff is not going to help you, can be a distraction, can deter and delay you from getting to where you're trying to go. So if I could cut back, I would specialize in just one thing, to deep dive into advanced concepts, to focus on the code quality, continuing my learning certifications, maybe even take more courses as I'm working, and build more side projects to apply the concepts that I'm learning in the courses, and to just sharpen my coding sword, you know what I mean, in that way, in order to not be so busy with like client calls and redesigning stuff and content plans, strategy for, the content calendar for Instagram and Facebook and Twitch, how to find more customers. Are these the type of things that you really want to be doing as a developer? There are people who do enjoy that stuff. Me personally, I kind of found out through experience that that's not really where my passion is. So don't expect me to make a lot of videos like showing you guys me doing that stuff, unless it's a code and chill. I'm doing it anyway. If you go back to some of my previous code and chills, you'll see me doing that stuff. And I do still have clients like, and more, kind of knocking on the door, which was part of the reason why I wanted to start the digital builders as well, so that I can, since I'm such a client magnet with that type of stuff for some reason, which I am doing that. I'm outsourcing now. Join the Discord and reach out to me if you enjoy doing marketing and WordPress and stuff like that. I'm passing gigs out as they come in now, pretty much, and looking for help and building my team, trying to get back into making these videos regularly to help the community. What have I been up to? Like, I keep telling you guys I'm gonna post videos every day, and then not doing it. This week has been crazy. We just wrapped up yesterday a amazing event at Assembly, the Spring Social. Y'all know I'm with Social Supply. Look us up on YouTube. It's blowing up right now, and we were able to curate the startup communities, which I pretty much came from. That's where I got my job from. So it was great to be able to give back and curate their event. We had a live band and a DJ there, tons of networking there. This type of stuff, my perspective has not changed on. The number one things that I want to tell junior developers is to network. Find where stuff is happening in your city. Go out there, shake hands and introduce yourself as a developer. Teach people to code, even if you just learned. If you know how to write a function, teach people how to write a function. If you know what HTML and CSS is, teach people what that is. And you will even deepen your understanding through teaching. Also start a YouTube. I know not every, like, you can do a faceless YouTube if you don't want to have your face there. Tutorials, like, if you're learning it anyway, or if you're coding anyway, there are, with billions of people in this world, there are people who will connect with you. And this will also increase your networking as well, your personal brand. These days, we all know how hard it is to break into tech. Having a personal brand, having a LinkedIn with yourself being named, it really, really, really makes everything a lot easier. The traditional way of taking courses and just applying on the internet and hoping for a callback is technically, like, it can happen, but there's so many more things that you can do. I was talking to my friend at the event yesterday, who is another person kind of like me, who in their city has made a little bit of a name for themselves. Like, Virginia Beach, where I live in Hampton Roads, is a pretty big town. Like, there's millions of people here, and I would say this is like a mid-level town. Like, we're not Atlanta, we're not New York, but we're not like North Dakota, shout out North Dakota, some random place with low population is what I'm trying to say. And with us being a mid-level city, still, I was talking to this girl who has a she's won grants. She's been on TV, on the news. She was with me on a panel, right? And we were talking, and she was like, about this event where me and her were on a panel and talking about just how we feel like important a little bit, like there's like people treat us a certain way, right, when we're out and at these events and they introduce us to people and stuff like that. And we were talking about this and about how kind of strange it is when you have a little bit of clout and have made a little bit of a name for yourself. It's a weird feeling when you go from being a regular person one day to now like people introducing you to other people who you know are like kind of important, and you feel like you're one of them, like you're at that table now. And she was like, isn't it crazy how easy it was to like become one of them? And I was like, yeah, like people just don't think that they have a chance. People don't think, like, you know, we're trying to figure out what makes us different. And I said, you know what, I feel like all we had to do was just raise our hand. You know what I mean? To just raise our hand and just be like, hi, like here I am. I'm a person who does things, and I'd like to do things. And then the people who do things are like, really, hey, come over here. What do you want to do? I'm like, can we do a hackathon? Can I participate in a hackathon? Can I teach people how to code? I'm a developer. Can I, I'd like to start a program where I can, I'm talking about doing all these things, and all I'm getting is green lights. There's really no like resistance, and there's no like friction or like assholes trying to stop you how you would think there would be, right? And then when we do throw events and you have your people in the crowd kind of like, looking up like, man, wow, these guys are really doing big things, it's like, you can do it too, bro. You really can do it too. That's really what my message will always be. And that's one thing that my perspective has not shifted on, is that you can do it too. And I will always say that things are going great right now. There's a lot of things that are coming. At the same time, there's a lot of pressure. My startup, my startup is launching at the end of the month, May. So I'm not gonna rededicate to making content every day. I do want to make sure that I stay employed as an engineer. You know what I mean? Imposter syndrome is always going to be there for us self-taught guys, and the only way that we can defeat that is by doing the work, is by failure not being an option. Is one of my mantras that I've been living by. Failure not being an option. I have a great team. My lead dev is a rock star, and he has quotables that just live in my head. One of the things that he said that when I like got something almost done, and I remember back in the day, one of our, like, shortly after my interview, like one of our first meetings, kind of telling me about the future. He was saying like most developers get things 90% done. So for you to excel here, for you to excel as a developer and as an engineer in your career, you need to be one of the guys who can get things 100% done. And I was like, hell yeah, dude, I will. That's just how I am. Like, I'm a guy who's gonna step up to the challenge, whatever the challenge is. I'm stepping up. And oh man, I hate it when that happens, bro, because for whatever reason, I will get things 90% done, and the meeting is coming up in an hour, where I'm gotta tell them like, did I get it done or not? And I cannot stand when things are almost done. But it at the same time though, 90% is a lot, right? Like if you've got 20 things to do and you get 18 of them done, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, okay, so I got stuck on this, but and that was kind of the perspective that I took in one of our last meetings. I'm like, because I was feeling good, man. I worked hard to get all this stuff done. It was a lot of stuff, I felt like. And I said, he's like, did you reach the goal so that we can move on to the next thing? because there's plenty of other things that need to be done, you know, and I only see up to a certain point to just, I guess, just to keep the focus there, right? And when I said, you know, no, but I was still kind of happy. I was still happy about it, you know, like, but yo, look at all of this. And he said something that I'll never forget, because this is very, very important. And I'm glad that he said this, and I'm gonna embrace this, and I'm also gonna share this. Is that he said, you don't celebrate almost winning the Super Bowl. And I was like, true, yes, man. Shout out to, I don't even know if he watches these videos. Like, hopefully some of them will slip through under the radar, you know. But bruh, like, yes, I feel that. Even though I don't necessarily agree with it, I do feel honestly that almost winning the Super Bowl is an extreme accomplishment. But don't celebrate it, man. You want to win the Super Bowl. You want to show up and you want to, like, hit a home run. You want to hit the game-winning shot, man. You don't want to, like, almost win and be, like, happy about almost winning. So that's another thing, man. Is to just always work as hard as you can. If this is your goal, you know what I mean? Like, at least until you get to where you want to be, then you could maybe chill. You can maybe chill later on, you know. But I really hope that everybody out there is doing great, man. Is building, is still, you know, coding and pushing and learning and lead coding and coursing and building, you know, building interesting things, bro. Another thing is that I possibly will be joining another tech company here soon, straight up from networking. If y'all watch, I think was it my last video? If not my last video, it was the one before that, where I talked about how that same girl who I was talking to about us feeling like, you know, we're somebody now or whatever. She told me to talk to a guy. So this was a networking thing where I went and reached out to this dude and found out that, like, he started a tech company. Like, he's another guy literally exactly like me, hair the same, everything the same. And he has a very interesting story. Shit, I might as well share it. Shout out to you if you're still here. 17 minutes, by the way. Like, share, and shout out to you, man, for being here and listening to me rant this long. But this dude, right? So he went to Virginia Tech for track and field, right? He had a scholarship for track and field. And then when he got there, he said he was trying to figure out what he was going to major in. And he saw that CS degrees is $100K. So he said, okay, I'm going to do this. Not even really knowing what computer science is. Faith-based guy, similar to myself, you know, spiritual dude. So through prayer, you know, when he got there, he said the classes were only 30 minutes long. He had no idea how to code at all. What he did was College of YouTube University, similar to myself, minus the college, and he prayed and he learned, and he said he locked himself in his room for 5 months and taught himself how to code, right? And then he launched a app called University Link, and then he showed me the numbers. And when he showed me the numbers on that app, he was screen sharing, so it was within his portal, and I saw all the other apps that he built, right? And I was looking at the numbers. I was like, oh my god, like, bro, congratulations and shout out to you, my friend. It was a University Link was an app for college students to connect with each other. If you're an entrepreneur. He also started a sauce company that is in 75 different stores. So he was in the startup community writing a proposal for a client, and we just started talking because that girl told me, like, if she was telling me if I need any help with what I'm doing to reach out to him. The whole time when I reached out to him, it turns out like, yo, this dude can hire me to help him with his thing. So I might actually be his first employee. I'm signing a contract with him Monday in a few days. It's like a trial thing where I'm gonna build a couple pages for an app that he's working on. So I'm super excited about that, man. The hourly wage is there, like everything is there. He's cool as shit, man. So super happy about that. And it's more, similar along the lines of what I'm trying to do, as I'm trying to either get rid of some of my marketing stuff, get rid of slash pass it off to my juniors, you know what I mean, my youngers, my builders out there who like to do this type of stuff. I either want to pass it off to them, or I just want to like just focus on the code, focus on being a full stack developer, which is what I am. JavaScript is like my strong point. I'm gonna stick with JavaScript. Like, I've put too many, I probably shouldn't say that. Let me stop putting my foot in my mouth. Like, I almost said I've put too many hours into JavaScript for me to now switch and learn something else. And that don't even sound right. I know that that's literally what I'm gonna do, but I also could see myself 2 years from now, you know, regretting that, or some other opportunity coming up to where I'm gonna wish that I could learn, that I knew this other thing so I could do that. Also, when it comes to problem solving, though I think the way that our brains work is that the more languages that we know, it gives us different angles and different viewpoints to view a problem so that we can solve them. You know what I mean? Like, versus being so locked in and then doing something one certain way, one particular way. Man, I'm 90% on this one thing, and I have until Monday to finish it. So I should hop off of YouTube and get back to work. But thank you guys for listening to me rant. Again, if you made it to the end of this video, like, you're gang, you know what I mean? And shout out to you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Join the school, join the Digital Builders, participate in the community. We have awesome people in our Discord who are working, who are like you. In the school, we have tons of articles and tips and tricks and stuff. We're all in this together. Tech is not going anywhere. Coding is not going anywhere. So if you're on this path and you take it serious, stick to it. You can do it. And I'll see you there. I'll see you next time. Peace.